Welcome to the Peace and Happiness. Today, we are going to recite from 1001 Autosuggestion book.
To change your life, first, you need to change your attitude. And to change your attitude, the only thing you need is to believe that you can change. And this is not a difficult thing at all. Many people have done this before you. They were born in poverty, brought up amidst misery and deprivation.
Yet, they grew up to be illustrious and powerful. APJ Abdul Kalam, the famous missile scientist, and the former president of India, Suhasini Rwanda, the founder of Honda Motors, Lula da Silva, president of Brazil, and Barack Hussein Obama, president of the United States of America, are only a few of the people who have changed their circumstances by changing themselves.
Their journey took them from the depth of despair to the height of success. They started with nothing, but achieved everything. No one came from the outside to change everything for them. They changed their own lives through their beliefs and convictions and by using the immense power of their brain.
You can change your life too. Simply identify what you want to change. Which personality traits do you want to attain? Which harmful habits do you want to break free of? Which obstacles do you want to overcome? These might be getting well from a disease, overcoming negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, fear or anger, resolving relationship problems, advancing in education or career, or progressing spiritually.
Whatever your goal, you can achieve it. So many people have done the same thing before you. Their problems and challenges are now half-remembered memories of the past. You know what you want to change. Now, all you need to do is to believe that you too will be able to change your life. This might be difficult at first. Doubts and uncertainties may weaken your resolution. But don't be discouraged.
A weapon that can drive away all doubt and uncertainty is within your reach. This wonderful weapon is called autosuggestion. Autosuggestions are simple words and statements which, when repeated over and over, change your inner world, create new beliefs and vibrations which eventually change your reality. The ancient spiritual masters were all aware of the tremendous power of repeated positive statements. All the great religions have stressed their importance. For example, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Prophet of Islam, once said that, if someone inquires about your well-being, say, I am fine, Shoka, Alhamdulillah, thank God. Scientists did not understand the significance of this statement for 1,000 years. In the beginning of the 20th century, scientists finally began to realize the importance of saying, I am fine. French psychologist Émile Coué found in his research that, when we say good things again and again, good things are attracted to us. Our lives begin to change. Between 1910 and 1926, he helped thousands of patients recover from all forms of diseases including migraine and headaches, asthma, stuttering, gastric ulcer, insomnia, tumor and paralysis. In his clinic using only autosuggestions.
All the patients needed to do was to repeat day by day, in every way I am getting better and better, 20 times in the morning and 20 times in the afternoon. Within a few days, their diseases disappeared. Since then, the effectiveness of autosuggestions has been proven time and time again in every corner of Earth. Robert Muller, a member of the French resistance against Nazi occupation during the Second World War, used autosuggestions to escape a life from death situation.
Muller writes in his memoir, most of all they taught me happiness, about how, under the alias of Parisso, he was able to infiltrate an office of the Vichy government in 1943. There he collected information about the movements of the German soldiers. One day, he learned that Gestapo members were in the premise, searching for him. There was no way of escape. In the face of certain death, Muller, who had read Professor Coué's book, started repeating the autosuggestion that he would view the whole thing as a thrilling adventure.
After a while, he calmed down a little and decided he would walk out of the office in front of the very eyes of the Gestapo soldiers. He took off his glasses, dampened his hair with water, and lit a cigarette. Then he took a file and walked up to his secretary, who was then being interrogated by the Gestapo soldiers, and calmly asked what was going on. Without blinking an eye, the secretary replied, "These gentlemen are looking for Parisso." "Parisso?" Muller replied, feigning amazement, "I just saw him on the 5th floor." The Gestapo soldiers ran to the 5th floor. Muller's friends took him to safety.
Professor M. U. Ahmed, the pioneer of applied psychologist in Bangladesh, first applied autosuggestions on himself. In 1934, he became infected with paratyphoid and got admitted in the Mtford Hospital in Dhaka. After 4 months of failed efforts, the doctors gave up hope and suggested that he spend his last days at home. As he was being taken to his hometown, Barisal, in a boat on the Beriganga, he discovered a new mantra for life. From the deepest part of his being, he kept on repeating, "Army, Bach Tichai. Army, Bachbu. I want to live, I will live." He got better. In 1973, he was declared clinically dead and yet came back to life in the same process.
Professor Ahmed did not apply autosuggestions only on himself. Thousands of patients have had astonishing recoveries using autosuggestions in his medistic psychotherapy process. For 3 decades, he used autosuggestions successfully for curing psychosomatic diseases. Since 1993, tens of thousands of Bangladeshi people have been using autosuggestions to overcome every kind of problem imaginable. These people took part in the Quantum Method course, a meditation course, which has been held more than 300 times over the last 2 decades, and turned their lives around using autosuggestions, affirmations and goal visualization during meditation.
One came with a 40-year-old migraine, but left it forever in the classroom. Another, who had failed to cure his frozen shoulder with the best medical treatment at home and abroad, amazed his fellow course participants by lifting his arm effortlessly. The elderly woman, who was crippled and bedridden for years due to pain, now climbs up hills like a 20-year-old. The lady who had such severe asthma that she couldn't even open the refrigerator door without an attack, now bathes in the rain. Another, whose digestion was so poor that she survived on only rice and chicken broth for years, is now happily eating everything she wants.
Some came in on crutches or even wheelchairs, but went out walking confidently on their own 2 feet. Others, who had been recommended immediate surgery for their heart problem, have been completely healthy for years without it. One who had failed to sleep for 18 years, even with the aid of sleeping pills, fell asleep peacefully after the first day of class. Another who had such severe death phobia that he never stepped out of his home now happily travels abroad. The student, who had failed to appear in his secondary school certificate exam for 3 years in a row, is now doing PhD in Harvard.
The job seeker, who always performed poorly in front of Viva boards, got a job at the very first try after completing the course. The businessman on the verge of bankruptcy is now making millions. The father who was feared and detested by his children for his bad temper is now the life force of the family.
You might find these stories too good to be true. You may think these were miracles, that these were the lucky few. But there is nothing supernatural about these transformations. They are the result of scientific cause and effect. However, if you still prefer to think of them as miracles, then you too can make miracles happen in your own life. You can be one of the fortunate few, because now you too have the tool to make the seemingly impossible possible, and that is autosuggestion. You might ask how some simple words and sentences can bring such great changes in lives.
Scientists are beginning to unveil the mystery, little by little. Clinical psychologists have discovered that the human nervous system cannot differentiate between reality and imagination. Whether we actually see something or we imagine it, the same brain waves are created. This is why we laugh and cry when we see movies, though we know they are not real. Psychiatrists are using this fact effectively in Muncho B, goal visualization, and autosuggestions. Every time you send a positive message to your brain, it creates the same brain waves.
And after years of research, Neuroscientists have found that when we send new information to the brain, new dendrites, that is, new communication paths, between the neurons are created. If we continuously send the same message, the working structure of the brain changes. The brain then creates a new reality. Through autosuggestions, you activate the immense storehouse of power in your mind and brain by giving it the same message over and over again. Your mind-body system helps you be prepared for and deserving of what you want. When the process of mind-body transformation is complete, the desire turns into reality.
The transformation seems miraculous. We see ourselves as Destiny's Child. So shake off your hesitation and start right now. Read the 1001 Autosuggestions in this book. It wouldn't take long. Identify the ones you want to apply in your life. Write them down. You are now ready to practice autosuggestions. The best way to practice is in the meditative level, and the first phase of meditation is relaxation. When our body is relaxed, our mind is more open, more ready to embrace change. A simple and easy process of relaxation is described for you at the back of this book.
Until you learn meditation, however, simply sit in a quiet place. Close your eyes. Relax your mind and body by taking a few deep, long breaths. Give your entire attention to the autosuggestions on your list. Remember how attentive you are when you are mesmerized by a movie. That much attention is enough. Now repeat the autosuggestions to yourself over and over again. Let your imagination give flight to the words. Repeat each autosuggestion between 20 and 100 times. Practice in this twice every day.
Now, some autosuggestions from 1001 Autosuggestion book.
Live long, happy, strong. Stay young. Day by day, in every way, I am getting better and better.
I know I can change my life by changing my attitude. Every day, I am creating a better life by changing my attitude.
If I can't control my anger, I will be the loser. I will curb my anger and be the winner.
I am free from the influence of all negative and reactive thoughts and words. Positive thoughts and actions will ensure my well-being. I am getting everything I want through positive thoughts and actions. With good planning and initiative, I am becoming self-reliant in every respect.
Fortune salutes the brave. I am brave. I am fearless. Faith is the source of power. I believe, so I will achieve. I meditate each morning. The rest of the day, I carry the mindfulness of those moments with me. My thoughts, words, decisions and actions will be correct.
A critic just criticizes, but a model shows the way. I am becoming a model of my beliefs. Whatever the cause of my suffering, I will never inflict pain on others. I will never insult anyone, even an enemy, in public.
In response to, "How are you?" I will always say, "Thank God, I am fine." The seemingly impossible becomes possible when an endeavor blood pours out as sweat. I will always welcome hard work. As God's representative on earth, I will do something to nurture His creation today.
My workload is increasing. I am learning to prioritize. My heart feels deeply, my brain grasps all intricacies, my will is indomitable. I will be the winner. I will use my intelligence, not to win arguments, but to avoid them.
An idiot mistakes an enemy for a friend, and a friend for an enemy. I will wisely distinguish between enemies and friends. I am learning to say no to any unwanted desire. I will never succumb to temptation. Positive attitude always creates positive resonance, and negative attitude only creates dissonance. I always concentrate on what I have instead of what I lack.
Integrity is more important than financial gain. My integrity will bring me ultimate success. I am never a part of the problem. I am always a part of the solution. If I don't nurture goodness, evil will occupy me. I will always occupy myself with good thoughts.
I will dress suitably according to my environment. Honesty and humility is the easy way into people's hearts. I am honest. I am humble.
Whenever you get a few moments, In the midst of your day-to-day work, repeat the autosuggestions. The autosuggestions will create a new resonance in your mind and body. Slowly and silently, you will start changing from within. You will have a new life. Thank you for watching. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye.